It looks like the taxi driver doesn't appreciate being filmed. I was actually filming David, but I'll respect the taxi driver's desire not to be filmed too much anyway. So we'll just continue here. But yeah, the guy who was talking to me is having a little chat with one of the longtime members of the church. But yeah, getting back to things, I find it interesting how Unitarians tell me my protest is illegal, but they, and it's not just this woman, by the way, but you know, they don't seem very concerned about their ministers engaging in sexual abuse, and they don't seem very concerned about their top level leadership at the Unitarian Universalist Association misusing Canada's blasphemy law and legal bullying intended to hide pedophilia and rape and so on. So, good day, sir. Okay. Anyhow, we'll just come around the corner here. I got some people coming this way. We'll just let them walk by. And continue. So anyhow, yeah, I got a funny feeling that Reverend Diane Rollert might lead a little procession into the church when the sermon service is about to begin around 10:30. Should maybe check the time and see where things are at. 10:21. So yeah, maybe in I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 or 8 minutes we might have Reverend Diana Rollert. Oh, here she comes. Look at that. She's coming out now. So yes, sir. Not a whole lot of other people though. They used to have like a little gang of people, and then they would sing a song going in. But I think they might be abandoning that practice. We'll see. We'll know soon enough. Anywho, so we had a very nice conversation with a passerby asking various questions about my protest, engaging in a free and responsible search for truth and meaning as to what my protest is all about, and I gave him answers. So, not sure why this guy's changing direction here. I guess he went past his corner. Shaking your head in willful ignorance, sir. Sorry? Shaking your head in willful ignorance.
It's bizarre.
Well, it's bizarre that the Unitarians would misuse blasphemy law to hide pedophilia and rape. I have to agree, yes. Yeah, very bizarre. Yeah. So, this guy says it's bizarre. Now, he obviously meant my protest, you know, but what's really bizarre is Unitarian Universalists falsely accusing yours truly of the criminal act of blasphemous libel in legal bullying that's clearly intended to cover up and deny such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers. That's truly bizarre, not the least reason being that Unitarian Universalists actually, until Friday, June 1st of 2012, had a centuries-old tradition of opposing blasphemy laws on the grounds that they were unconstitutional and so on. And yet, in their efforts to conceal sexual abuse of children committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers and Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers, they decided to falsely accuse me of violating Canada's blasphemy law. So they kind of put an end to that centuries-old tradition by accusing me of blasphemous libel in June of 2012. And they haven't withdrawn that accusation, so as far as I'm concerned, they're standing by it till such a time as they formally withdraw that accusation. They are still accusing me in my books. It's got a little wave from Harvey Shepherd, former Gazette religion columnist. Oh yeah, the other bizarre aspect of the Unitarian Universalist Association accusing me of blasphemy is the fact that the people who were most responsible for hiring Stikeman Elliott barristers and solicitors, litigation and defamation lawyer Maitre Marc-André Coulombe, to falsely accuse me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel for allegedly making unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the association engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, are UUA President Reverend Dr. Peter Morales and I should say resigned and former UUA President Peter Morales, and also retired UUA Executive Vice President Kathleen K. Montgomery. These two top-level officials of the Unitarian Universalist Association are the people who, are directly responsible for accusing me of violating Canada's blasphemy law in an effort to hide pedophilia and rape, and then they're atheists. Neither of them believe in God. So it's very, very bizarre that atheists would accuse anyone of blasphemy for any reason whatsoever. But it's especially bizarre that atheist Unitarians would accuse anyone of blasphemy for any reason whatsoever in light of the centuries-old tradition of opposing blasphemy laws that Unitarian Universalists upheld until Friday, June 1st of 2012. Of course, they actually violated that tradition somewhat earlier, just in terms of organizing. I got the email accusing me of blasphemous libel on June 1st of 2012, but obviously there was a decision to disregard and violate that tradition weeks earlier, maybe months earlier, possibly even years earlier. They basically ended that tradition, certainly in 2012, and I'd say earlier in 2012 than June 1st. The letter was actually drafted in the end of May. I think it's dated May 31st or something, or it might be May 29th or something like that now that I think about it. Anyway, late May is the actual date of the cease and desist demand letter that accused me of blasphemous libel, but I didn't get it till a few days later in my email inbox, and then it was some days after that that I was actually served the paper document by a Montreal bailiff, making everything all very official. So anyhow, not that many people outside the church. Let's see how my recording time is doing here. I got a few minutes left. So I think maybe I should wrap up this and start a fresh segment of video since we're coming to the end of a half-hour segment. So yeah, I think we're done. We'll start up a fresh segment.